On the Pfaff Ambition Essentials, buttonholes are truly essential. We just showed you how to put your button in your buttonhole foot, and so it'll do the exact length that is needed. But in this video, we want to show you how you can do a corded buttonhole. So I just have a little thicker cord. You can use you can try different things that you might have in your sewing room. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the cord. It needs to be twice as long as the foot, plus a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're going to double it up. This part here that I'm holding, the little, yes, the part that we're going to hook on the back end of the buttonhole foot, there's a little notch for it to come around, and then it's going to come up the little arms that are in the front. Now, sometimes when I put this on, when I'm holding it, they don't want to stay in place because the foot needs to almost come down and sit on it and hold it. This thread is a little slippery, so I do kind of have to keep that in mind. But what you're going to see is that the cord is going to be perfectly positioned right here, and when you stitch over it with a buttonhole that's in your machine, it's going to then have some stability underneath the stitches. That way it's great for knit fabrics or fleece or things that might stretch, or any buttonhole you just want to have it look a little bit better. May I highly recommend a corded buttonhole. So what I'm going to do is put this foot back on the machine, and then we'll go ahead and line up the cord once again. The little lever has been pulled down and in position. I can see it there. We'll make sure that we're starting where we want the end of the buttonhole to be. Remember, it goes away from us when we stitch. And so I'm going to come around the back side, hook my cord, the halfway point, around the back, come underneath, and once I put the foot down to start to sew, these little cords will hold in place. So here we go. And then just stitch your buttonhole like normal. Really, once it gets started, the cords are going to be right where they need to be held. Let's take a look. Once you kind of pull this out and snip your threads, let's take a look at what the cord looks like. So you've got this little link or loop up here. So if you get a hold of one of the threads, one of the cords, it will just pull this little loop. You want to pull it all the way down till it disappears at the top, and you can really feel the difference on this particular buttonhole. And then you can just cut these ends nice and close. So a corded buttonhole, I truly think, is the nicest way to do buttonholes. There's a little bit of a ridge to that, and it's very, very stable.